Hi folks, and welcome back to another video in the series exploring the potential of the Panasonic FZ82. So you've purchased your Panasonic FZ82 and now you want to add a few accessories to try and give you better results with the camera. So this video is basically all about accessorizing. I'm mindful, however, that if you just bought a camera, that money may be a bit tight. So all of these accessories I'm about to show you, bar one, can be had for less than £20. So first of all, filters. Filters are cheap and cheerful, but remember, with some really cheap filters you can lose quality of the images that you take with the camera. In one particular case with the Nikon camera I did have a very cheap CPL, which is the polarizing filter, and it did cause the images to be slightly out of focus. I did think at one point it was in fact the lens. Took the filter off and straight away I noticed an improvement in the quality of the images my camera was taking. I would still, however, recommend that you do pick up a polarizing filter. Often you'll see them advertised as a CPL, which is a circular polarizing filter, and for the FZ82 you will need one in a 55mm diameter. If you've never fitted a polarizing filter or any other type of filter to a camera, then these circular polarizing filters simply just screw onto the end of the threads on the end of your camera lens, like so. To operate a polarizing filter, you simply turn it, and what happens is you'll notice from the back of the camera that the image will darken slightly, particularly things like it'll enhance skies, so nice blue skies. It'll also cut down on reflections on things like car windscreens or the reflection of the sun on the water. So it's a really handy little tool to have in your camera bag when you want to use it. The other filter I would recommend you pick up, particularly if you're thinking of doing video work, is a neutral density filter. Basically, a neutral density filter is like sunglasses for your camera lens. It will darken the exposure quite a lot, and this is really handy if you want to do video work, and rather than keep changing things on the back of the camera, you could just simply spin the polarizer slightly and then darken the exposure. But it's also quite handy for long exposure work. So if you're taking photographs, for example, of a waterfall or the tide coming and going, and you want to slow down the shutter speed of the FZ82, then this is a little gem. It's again, they're very reasonable to buy, and you do have to watch out for one thing, and that is, as the elements spin, you will notice the maximum that you do get the two halves of the filter do connect, and sometimes you get a sort of an X pattern, and that's not actually very good for your exposure. But if you use it gently and just a little bit of darkening, then this is a great little filter, and again, really reasonable to buy. Number 2 on my list, and I've mentioned it before in an earlier video, and that is spare batteries and a spare battery charger. The advantage of one of these little guys is that you don't have to wait hours and hours for your camera to charge up with the conventional out of the box setup. You could leave one of these at home charging up while you take your camera out and use it, and come home, swap the batteries over. Or if you spend a little bit extra and you get 2 batteries and a charger, then you've always got a spare battery in your bag, or you've charged up 3 batteries and you're good to go for a day or longer, recording video or shooting stills. Number 3 on my list, well, lens hoods are a great addition to anybody's camera bag. There may be times when you need to shield your front of your camera from the sun, and that's where the lens hood comes in really handy. Again, like the filter, it's literally a screw on to the threads on the end of the camera, if you can get it on. And there we go. And that's going to shield any light coming from the side into the front of the element of the lens. Please do go for one like this, which is a wide angle lens hood. Don't get this, which is the Petals version, which is the one that most people would probably consider as a great lens hood. I have these on my Nikons and they are great, but they're for zoom lenses it's fine. But when you're using the FZ82, it's full wide angle at 20mm. What you'll find is these two elements start appearing in the side of your shot, which isn't great. Number 4 in the series is the Panasonic Lumix Wi-Fi app. It's free and it's really handy. You can use this app to control the camera remotely, and you use your phone and you can operate the zoom, you can record video, you can operate the shutter, change all the settings without actually touching the camera. And if it's sort of a blustery day, or you've got a really average tripod, one of mine is particularly naff, and I find the Wi-Fi app means I can take photographs without actually having to touch the shutter, because then the camera is perfectly still and you're more likely to get a really good exposure. Number 5 on the list are these, which are wind jammers. Somebody once asked me, what are these little furry things on the top of your camera? Are they just there to match your bead? While I had a good laugh at that, they are actually quite a good match for the old goatee. They do help though, cancelling out wind noise. They just stick over the existing mic ports and it stops the wind from getting in and whistling through the ports. They come with plenty of spare adhesive stickers, and you get a nice little pack of the little tribbles or whatever they are to go on top of the stickers. Whilst we're talking about recording video, some of you may have noticed that the mics on the top of the camera do pick up some of the noise from the zoom as you zoom in and out if you're recording and you're actually focusing on something in distance and pulling back. And also you can hear the image stabilization system working away. And there's a quick top tip which I'll share with you, which is simply to pop up the flash while you're doing video, and that moves the microphones much further away from the body of the camera and you're less likely to pick up that noise. And to the final accessory in this video, which is the Raynox 250, which is a macro adapter which simply allows you to create some really stunning macro shots with the bridge camera. So why is it particularly handy for a bridge camera? Well, unlike a DSLR or mirrorless interchangeable lens camera, we're stuck with this lens and we can't do anything about that. Yes, we do have quite good macro settings on the FZ82, but for super macro work you need something else, and this, the Raynox 250, simply clips onto the end of your lens and away you go. I did say that one item in this video did cost more than the £20 I said in the start, and this is it. The Raynox 250 retails for around about the £70 mark. It does have a sister model which is the 150, which is £57 or thereabouts, but only has a 4x diopter, whereas this one takes the magnification up to 8 times, so you're getting really close with this lens. While this may seem quite expensive, one good feature about the Raynox 250 is you can simply take it off, and if you move to an SLR it'll fit because it's a universal fitment. You squeeze it like this and as you can see these little grips here move out, so pretty much any lens this adapter will fit. So in other words, you buy this once and no matter what camera you have, you'll be able to use it again. So folks, that's my Super 6 series of accessories for improving your FZ82 camera. If you have found this series useful, and I hope you have, please give the video a thumbs up or consider subscribing to the channel I've still got more to come from the FZ82, so I'd like you to stick around, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.